Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is Fancy Josh, and I've got a different one for you today. This is a 2v2 match between a couple of players you will be familiar with from my channel. We've got Nub as Africa Core, and his teammate today is FutureNP, who's also a very highly rated player. And their opponents are Is Ender? Or 3? Yeah, I mean, I assume that's Ender. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. And his opponent is PAX AJAX. So if you've seen any of my old Company of Heroes 2 games, you will recognize a couple of these names. And I have cast several of these players on my channel before in 1v1s. For those of you that know, the story I like to tell is the way I find these games is I go on the leaderboard and I just click on a player and I spectate their game. And for the most part, I only cast 1v1s. But, you know, I picked out FutureNP today because I don't have a video of him on my channel. And when I saw Nub and PAX AJAX, I thought, you know, why not? So, here we are. So, 2v2s and 3v, you know, not 1v1s. So, 2v2s, 3v3s, 4v4s are interesting because each point typically provides less. Now, this map is absolutely an exception because on the top and bottom side of the map, there are high-value points to capture. So we've got, you know, high munitions point, we've got a high fuel point, and when you're in a, you know, a 2v2 or a 3v3, fuel is literally twice as valuable because every piece of fuel you get goes to both players, and when you put two light tanks on the field at the same time, it gets real scary for your opponent. So, big old brawl on the bottom side. It looks like our British player may have won the fight up top. And now it's US player trying to hold it down. Dingo coming in to help his American ally here, these riflemen. This motorcycle's going to have to get out of here, getting into heavy cover. Nice, repairing up that half track, trying to get it back in the fight. I like him keeping this motorcycle nearby, except that Dingo's going to be pissed about it. Is he going to get him? Nice pickup. Riflemen trying to push away these Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Pioneers coming to help. This Rifleman probably got to go. Trying to pick up this squad. Dingo's here to help. And yeah, I think these Riflemen got to go. Yep. Dingo here being annoying. Level 1 already, so it's got access to that artillery barrage. Riflemen, engineers, barbed wiring off cover, denying that to his opponent. Love to see it. And British player just up top, securing some high-value points with pretty much no contest. Our German team does have the victory points. British player adding on, he's gone for the Australian Defence Battle Group. I have mixed feelings about this battle group. I mean, these Australian light infantry are interesting, but I just feel like they're not very good. And it's probably because I don't understand the right way to use them. But I can tell you, they're not brawlers, right? They are definitely not brawlers. They do have that capture speed, and yeah, I don't know. Feels like they're meant to be higher utility than they are brawlers, right? They definitely cannot hold this line here. Dingo bailing out, flamethrower coming in, pushing these guys away. Well done to our German. Now there's also a huge push on this bottom side. About to see a lot of territory change hands. This rifleman squad's got to go. Nice grenade. Pushing that squad off. That did a ton of damage. This rifleman's got to go or they might die on the retreat. So that's another thing about games that are not 1v1s. There are generally more units on the battlefield, and those units are also more tightly grouped together in general, right? I mean, we just saw the Germans' entire army all in one place on the map. And he's not blobbing, right? He's not blobbing up. He's just fighting over the most important points, and he's using his whole army to do it, right? While his teammate controls the top side, as opposed to a 1v1 where you kind of have to decide, are you going to commit to this point on the right or this point on the left, etc., etc. The point I wanted to make about more squads being on the map and more squads being in a singular area is easy to die, easy to lose units, right? That much firepower, especially when it's focused onto one unit, can absolutely shred. So, infantry section for this British player has been upgraded with Bren guns. That's not something you see very often. Increases their effectiveness against infantry at long and medium range. Australian infantry section pushing in here, trying to take away this point. Germans have done a great job controlling the victory points. US player taking this time that he has alone on the left side to put up sandbags and capture those points. British players added on a Stuart. Stuarts are phenomenal at this stage in the game, especially with how cheap they are. They do work against pretty much everything their opponents might be bringing to bear. Now, our British player did add on, our Africa Corps player here, that FutureNP it is. FutureNP added, he did a call-in of the Panzerjäger Mechanized Group, right? Giving him that half-track for free, as well as the Panzerjäger inside for the low price of what they cost normally. And those Panzerjäger, and it looks like our other Africa Corps player has done the same thing to try and deal with that Stuart. Pretty typical at this stage in the game. Big fight breaking out here. This does favor the US player. The US player is better up close than the German. But the German's happy to sit back, cover these units at long range. And we'll leave these units to fight. Looks like there's a big fight breaking out up here. Stuart having to run away from these tank buster infantry. That's an upgrade for the, I think Nub has got here. Oh, yeah, so he's locked in the Panzerjäger command, giving him access to some really nasty minefields and those tank busters that he can upgrade his Panzerjäger into, and they absolutely shred tanks at this tech level. So, this player holding down this victory point. Germans pushing into the middle there, trying to take away some points. Grenade coming out. Barely missing the riflemen as they get in the house. Black Panzer's on the field now. Nub here. It's like FutureNP also has a flak. Trying to push these units out of these houses. Looks like the German team has decided they have enough of an advantage on the top side. They want to drive out this units from the bottom side. Just look how effective these sandbags are. Just letting that unit sit there forever and ever. Heavy machine gun getting set up. Now this heavy machine gun is the upgraded variant that you get from the heavy weapons group, and it does work against light vehicles. You see that there? Looks like he's gonna maybe back up. I'm sure he sees it, but creating damage here. I guess I don't mind him trading armor for manpower. I just don't like my vehicles being damaged, because if something unexpected happens, my vehicle is either out of the fight or in jeopardy, I'm not going to be happy about it. Nice little flank on this heavy machine gun, making them reface. Black Panzer pushing away those, flak half-track pushing away those riflemen. Same going down in the middle here. So, PAX AJAX has picked up, you know, like I was mentioning, he's picked up this heavy weapons, so we might see him out on some half-tracks. But actually, he's gone for something I don't typically see players do. So usually you'll see players blast down this right tree, but he's gone down the left tree, giving him better heavy machine guns, better anti-tank guns, right? That's increased accuracy, increased fire rate. That's really, really good on these M1 anti-tank guns. And he's also picked up bolstered weapons, so when all the team members are alive, the gun is more effective. Which I'm not sure how I feel about that trait. I mean, it's kind of situational, right? Because as soon as the fighting starts, you're probably going to lose members. But at the same time, you know, that initial bonus can be really big, so. Big fight on the south side, big fight on the north side. Both players kind of being held at range by these flak panzers. Players moving in a little bit. AT gun getting set up. This rifleman being suppressed, but this AT gun's got a shot. He missed. And yeah. Just shooing away this flak panzer, right? German says, you know, I'm just going to back up a little bit. I think you have to reposition the AT. He's even got this fence in the way. That's really nicely done, using those shot blockers to his advantage. Big push in the middle here. British player taking away the center point. Black Panzer and AT guns working together. Both players working together with their AT to push away that Stuart. I think that our US player just added on. Yeah, so he's got an advanced logistics, which reduces the manpower upkeep of his rifleman squad, so you can keep throwing riflemen into the just throw them into the battle there. He's also added on the survival training, giving everybody more health and making them be able to throw grenades a little bit faster. Speaking of grenades, ouch. AT gun. Not sure what exactly shot that flak panzer. US player recognizing that the left side of the map is a bit weak right now, so he's capturing. Of course, he's going to pay for it because his AT gun is out of position. Nice job by our German player to recognize the AT gun was all alone. British player having to move down to protect. 2-pounder coming in from our British player. I think this weapon is hilarious. I think it's definitely, I don't know, it's such a weird gun. It fires fast, but it basically doesn't do much damage, and it has rather poor armor penetration. Ooh, nice steal. Oh, he was thinking about it. He was thinking about it. US player's going to get on the weapon, maybe. Nice grenade first. Yeah, that's not looking so good. Stuart is sitting at max range here, trying to pick off this anti-tank infantry. Riflemen fighting their hearts out. They are going to steal the AT gun. I don't think the riflemen are going to let that happen. He does have another chance at it. He's deciding to destroy it. That's really smart, right? If you can't steal it, kill it. Needs one more volley, which I think he's going to have time for. Nice. Now he's out. Well done. German player stealing away this cutoff point. That's super nasty. I haven't had much time to analyze the map, but that's a really cool steal. It's cutting off all this fuel over here. Really nice push by our Germans down here. Let's take a quick peek on the top side. All's quiet, securing away some points up there. British player wanting to have something to say about it, but I think both players are grouping up to try and get something done here. Bringing in that 2-pounder. What a hilarious gun. 2-pounder is Two-Pounder's really interesting. I think it's really good at this stage of the game, right, where his opponent just has those light vehicles, but it's going to be entirely useless against later tanks. Oh, Stewart catching this flak half-track all by himself. I think he's going to get it. One more hit. Is he going to go for it? Oh, no. That was really nice by the... Good try by both players. I mean, the German player popping that smoke canister to keep that squad alive at the very last second. German player capturing the left side back. Both players synced up here. These players don't know it, but the top side is free and clear. British player has added on a Crusader 2. I suspect PAX AJAX... Well... Yeah, so he invested heavily into his infantry. And he's going to be staying on those infantry for quite a while here. Love this, adding tank traps in the middle. That's really cool. Gives both players cover, but reduces the maneuverability of some of these vehicles. Big push on this left side. AT gun there, ready to support. As soon as he catches wind of that flak half-track. Big fight here. Grenades coming out. AT gun setting up, but not in a good spot. He's going to probably attack ground through that fence there. Yeah, he's trying now. Flak Panzer just barely out of vision there. Flak Panzer returning the favor. Attacking ground through as well. Riflemen are going to win this fight. Germans trying to capture this point at the last second. There are some mines in here. There they are. I think that's the butterfly mines from Future. Yeah, that's from Nub here. Those butterfly mines are really dangerous. But I do believe you can see them if you're looking. I mean, of course, you can see them drop too, and you can manually destroy them because they're on the surface. So both teams battling over the middle here. More butterfly mines to deal with. Our British players added on the foot guards here. That's going to make him very effectively against all infantry, or all units, really. Tanks and infantry. Pushing... AT gun pushing away that black gun. Riflemen holding down this point. Germans snaking away this top victory point, despite it being relatively quiet up there. And this game is a mess. In a good way. In a good way. Okay, so that's a little surprising to me. Our German, or excuse me, our U.S. player's adding on a Sherman. No, he's not. He's adding on a light tank, so forget I said anything. Foot guard getting involved. Does our British player have multiple foot guard? He does. And I think he was expecting that squad to retreat. So he tried to look cool, and he doesn't look cool. Just messing. I mean, these players are playing quick, playing all over the place.
Private, you're carrying it. Don't make me regret this. All victory points are under enemy control.
Riflemen pushing on this left side. Now, our German player is adding on a Panzer III, it looks like. Let's take a quick look at FutureNP. He already has his own Panzer III there. But here comes the light tank, finally picking up. Oh, that was just a 250 half-track, but trying to get aggressive on this black half-track. It's not going to work out for him. Panzerjäger were ready and waiting. These 250s are way out of position. I do like that they're upgraded to mortars, but they are not in a good spot. More butterfly mines here. And man, losing that tank. I mean, that was aggressive, right? That was the choice he made. Trying to pick up some units from his opponent, but he paid the price. And that might be a dead rifle. Oh no, it's not, because these are all disabled. Careful there. Ooh, close. Well, that's there's some physics for you, huh? Panzer IIIs Black's holding down this top side, killing that AT gun. Nicely done. The Panzer III getting involved in the middle here. So, over here thinking that I'm not a huge fan of our U.S. player's decision to add on a light tank there. Maybe he was thinking about spamming them, and maybe he knows something I don't know. But I really think he should be saving up for the Pershing tank. Now that I say that out loud, I realize that he doesn't have enough command points. So what else is he going to spend his fuel on? I take it all back. It was a great choice to add on that light tank. Multiple AT guns. Nice mine. Taking out those Panzer Grenadiers, kind of stopping that push in its tracks. Heavy machine guns got to go. Was that a mortar? I'm not sure what did that smoke grenade, but it absolutely saved this heavy machine gun, and it was beautiful. He did lose the heavy machine gun, no big deal. I mean, it was Veteran C2, but at the end of the day, he still has the gun, and that's really what matters. Big fights happening all across the map here. Footguard having to back off. Those are some dead pine. How did those engineers even get there? Looks like they were deep over here capturing this point. And that's why that's risky, right? But, okay, just an engineer. Okay, I like this from our US player. He's adding on a half-track. He's going to upgrade it to the anti-tank. Well, big tank fight up here. Crusaders getting into it with the Panzer III. AT guns moving up to stop. That's a captured AT gun if I've ever... Oh, it's not. Okay, never mind. We're all in the middle here. MG holding it down. Footguard are not going to be here very long. Nice shot on the Panzer III before leaving. That is not a tank you see very often. Our British players added on a Matilda III. It's, you know, somewhere in between a Churchill. It's in the vein of a Churchill, right? It's got a ton of armor, a ton of health. Let's see how much armor it has. Yeah, I mean, 200 front armor, that's very high. Outside of, like, super heavy tanks, right? Now, the problem it has, though, is its gun doesn't have a lot of penetration. So it's decent against infantry, and it can hold its ground for a long time, but it's not going to be very good against the armor we're seeing coming out from our German players. AT gun setting up behind the hedge, going to attack ground. Almost hitting. And a German push is going to be stopped there. So I take it back with this medical half-track. So what's interesting is our US player has exchangeable parts. And that means that he can change upgrades every 2 minutes. So he currently has it upgraded as a medical truck, but he could just as easily switch it to AT or anti-infantry with the AA upgrade. So we'll see what he wants to do. That was an important decapture for our British player there. It's going to let him at least not be losing points here. US player pushing really hard into this point, trying to pick it up. Medical truck playing way far forward. This is very brave and also very cool. I like that he's trying to do that. Engineers pushing in to fight off this assault grenadier, but they are going to get pushed back. Riflemen coming in to help. Mortars pushing away that truck. And our German players added on a Stuka. And he's going to blast that area. He's not going to pick up any kills, but that thing is going to be really scary for our allies team to deal with in the long term. Losing to attrition is definitely a thing in this game. So So the more I'm thinking about this medical truck, the more I like it, because our U.S. player has a bonus when his weapon teams are full health. So keeping them at full health is really cool, and love it as a strategy. Did just lose this rifleman, instantly adding it back on. Our U.S. player does have enough man points for the Pershing here in very short order. I think it's 9. It's 10. I lied. Of course, he doesn't have the manpower for that type of thing, so he would need it to be quiet for a while, or he'd need to be very conservative, which, to be frank, he does not have the option of doing right now. AT guns doing work on that Centaur, oh, Crusader rather. Tilda pushing in, trying to be annoying. It's working. Put guard back here to try and take this point. Looks like they're going to win that fight, and they are going to secure that point. U.S. player holding down this left point, so for the first time in a long time, our U.S. actually have control of 2 points, and as I say that, he lost this point because of a really nice smoke grenade. AT guns backing off, knowing that barrage is incoming, and German player preemptively moving up. Oh, what a disaster that hit was. Fortunately for him, didn't wipe any of the squads. Flamethrower pushing the squad away. Neither team controlling the middle right now. British player did manage to capture this top side. And yeah. PAX AJAX did pick up the Pershing upgrade. He is about, what is that, 2 minutes away? 2-ish minutes away from being able to afford it. Assuming he doesn't lose anything. What is that from the sky? Oh, it's this anti-tank Overwatch. Wow! Oh, nice pickup. That was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that ability used. That anti-tank Overwatch, that is ruthless. And it totally just won him that fight, wrecking that Matilda. This player holding down this munitions point. Neither team currently losing victory points. And our U.S. player is going to get to his Pershing here. Let's take a quick look at what our Germans doing, or what our British players doing here. Has two Crusader tanks right now. What's amazing to me is our German players kept this flak alive all game. Really well done by him. This MG hopefully is going to suppress this entire blob here. He is going to get it. But he is going to have to leave that flak. Veteran C3 now. And that's a dead gun there. Oh, nasty little barrage here. I think that was the walking variant, so he can actually do another call-in immediately. This rifleman squad probably got to go. Yeah, he can't afford to lose any of these high veterancy squads. Nice capture in the middle by our British. Looks like he's trying to do the same on the top. Panzer III moving in to stop that from happening. The German players going to be on medium tanks for the foreseeable future. Subscribing to the medium tank spam. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's effective and lets you hold more territory as opposed to a big tank locking down one area at a time. German player trying to plant mines, being found out though. That's not a place this Panzer III wants to be. Backed up by the Crusader 2. Nice push off. Looks like he's going to capture that point. Just in time, too, because our U.S. player has lost control of this victory point on the left. Holding down this, holding down that victory point in the middle with a single heavy machine gun. Engineering squad putting down more mines here. It's really good. He's putting them down in an area they're less likely to be destroyed with mortars or other indirect fire. AT gun peeking through that bush there. Big mortar. What was that? Oh, yeah, absolutely wrecked by the. Yeah, it's a walking Stuka there. Invader tank trying to hold it down. Pershing tank on the field now. That's going to be really good. German player adding on. I think that's a 17-pounder. Yeah, it is. I have not seen a 17-pounder in a game before, so this is going to be cool. From previous games, they pack a heck of a punch. This is a dead armored medical truck here. Look how tanky it is. That's from the commander, surviving 2 tank shots. And wow, what a really nice flank by these Panzer IIIs. I think we're going to see all of the forces committed to this left side shortly here. Here comes the Pershing. He's pissed. And our German's going to have to get out of here. He's going to try and pick up the AT gun. He's not going to get it. He is going to try to get this one, though. Not a lot our U.S. player can do about it. Pershing turning around, going home, getting repaired. Oh, he's got to go. He's got that rear armor exposed to those tanks. He's going to need his ally for help. AT gun even getting involved here. Here's the zeroing artillery. Gets an AT gun on it, so now it's slowed down, and that is a dead Pershing. Really, really well done by the Axis, even bringing in 2 more Panzer IIIs to make sure that happened. And I think with that, probably going to see our allies surrender. Well, actually, they're just going to die. Wow, what a great game. What a great game. I mean, the Germans had an advantage pretty much all game long. At least they had, they felt like they had a fuel advantage. They did a good job controlling the command points. The victory points, rather. They got a ton of tanks out. They kept all their tanks alive for the most part, right? And it enabled that final push of tank swarming that Pershing. And I think that's reflected here, right? You can see Nub, the purple line there, just always a little bit ahead of everybody else. And yeah, that was a great game. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and I will see you in the next one.